Hello, hope you all had a nice weekend. It's been bloody hot here, so it's been very difficult to do much, but it is cooling off. We're now around 38, 39, which is a lot cooler, although it doesn't sound it. Means we can start planning to do things again, because July and August usually are a bit of a write-off here, and June. So they're ramping it up again massively. We can all see it. The jigsaw pieces, the individual countries, the coverage on the individual countries. I'm just waiting for someone, probably a WHO representative, or I don't know who it's going to be, to come out and tie all these countries up in one broadcast and start saying Spain, Australia, New Zealand, England, etc., etc., before they put us into this second lockdown. I think I might have been a bit under optimistic of the timescale. I was really thinking September, mid-September 23rd was a date that kept cropping up. I've got a feeling now that we could be looking at the next couple of weeks before an announcement's made, even the next few days. I don't know, but they've certainly got the tap on, but they've not mixed it all together yet. It's when they mix all these countries together in one broadcast, and then that broadcast makes its way onto every network, and when you hear the multi-nations, then you know that the plan is afoot again. Here in Spain, they've now banned nightlife venues. They've also banned smoking in public areas if you can't maintain a distance of 2 meters, which is obviously having a massive adverse effect now on the people that were using the terraces, the terrazas, to enjoy their meals in the evening, which has been increasing over the past month to 6 weeks. Has been quite healthy in town here. Looking around, it's nowhere near occupancy, but they were trying. Now, certain owners will not allow people to smoke on their terraces, so people won't go again, and obviously only the supermarkets are going to benefit, because the shops are closing, the bars are closing at an alarming rate here. I've said this before, but everyone's wearing a muzzle without exception here. Everybody, there is no exception. Well, I'm not proud of this, aside from myself. I will put my mesh mask on when I go into a couple of supermarkets I know. Other than that, it's not being worn, and I've not been challenged. So it's very sad to see, because the history of this area especially has bred a very scared group of people, and I don't think there'll be any kind of resistance here, political or otherwise, to what they'll enforce. They'll just go along with it. And if you are in a country where people aren't going along with it, like here, then you're going to have to be the ones who stand up, because the reason they're so scared here is the sheer brutality of the civil service, and you know what I mean by that. And it's a different kettle of fish, so people won't step out of line on even the most draconian of measure. So I feel that we're in a race to the bottom here, and if they put that second lockdown in quicker rather than later and really nail the tourism, because don't forget, myself and a lot of people my kind of age group, we traditionally like to go away in September, when it's quieter, a little cheaper, the water's still really warm, and everything's just a little bit more relaxed. We don't have kids, as you know, and haven't had kids, so July and August we very rarely are pushed into going on any kind of vacation like most people, or holiday during those hot months. But if they do issue this lockdown, the second lockdown here, before September, and I think they might, I really hope they don't, but I think they might, then that will be the final coffin in tourism. And it's very difficult to get people to understand a tourism area, and I don't just mean a holiday area. A tourism area is, for me, vast, because you have the tourism businesses on the coast, and then you have the people that live up in the surrounding areas that work and support that tourism area, not to mention the young people that come every summer to work on the beaches and cafes and bars, etc. I'm talking about the locals, the hardcore workforce that would travel down to the coast from the towns. And well, you can see where I'm going with this. It will have an adverse effect on a massive region, not just the coastal areas where the cameras will focus, because everything from olive oil suppliers through to meat suppliers, packaging, but I have to tell you, we're all very well aware of our economic situation at the moment and how fragile it would be if they decided to impose more severe fines and lock everybody down again. Well, that's what I fear we're looking at, and it's just become noticeable, I think. And I really don't know what else to say on it, because when we go through this again, we're all going to have to really watch ourselves and watch how we feel. Particularly, it's not really been a feeling situation, this. You just have to accept what comes to you. But this second wave bullshit, this lockdown they'll be introducing, could have an adverse effect on a lot of people's psyche. So this is something we're all going to have to really keep an eye on, because being caged again, for a lot of people, especially people who don't have wildlife and areas they can wander freely around them without being molested or feel like they're being cameraed or CCTV'd, or a neighbour might spy on them, and that's what I'm concerned about for this next one. The economic impact's obvious, but I think they're factoring, if they do this, that an awful lot of people are going to be psychologically disturbed, and quite rightly so, because this is a scenario that there's no cause for it, when there's no justification, and you can't see any effect on family, friends, people you know all around the world, that really this is a television based scam. It is a TV scam. There would be no Kobe if there was no TV. Cheers everyone.